Hey, Thomas Mangum here. You ever thought about some of the best opening lines or some of the worst opening lines? I'm actually not talking about dating, but it sure does correlate with business networking and business connecting. And in fact, we can learn a lot of things by going into a singles bar and listening, just kind of eavesdropping on some of the opening lines that people use. Much like dating in business networking, there are horrible opening lines. I mean, ones that, if you really take a look at it, are they that successful for you if you're using it? I'm at this event in Las Vegas, and I finally have heard a couple of people, like as I'm, you just hear conversations off to the side, and I finally heard a couple of great opening lines when people just walk up to each other and networking. Now, one of the most common things that you hear, wouldn't you agree, is "What do you do?" I mean, that's probably the default line that we hear all the time. What do you do? Now, I'll get to that one in just a moment. Let's get to what was really cool about what I heard in this situation. So this individual, it was two guys, by the way, and this guy walked up to this other guy and had said, "Hey, is your mind blown yet?" And it was at this seminar, and I thought, "Damn, that is a really good opening line." I mean, they didn't know each other or anything like that. He just walked up. It was something relevant to the event, so it was very specific. It wasn't, "Hey, how you doing? How's the weather? What do you do?" "Oh, hey, this is what I do." And see, that's the kind of crap we hear all the time. And, I know you're not that person. And if you are, I mean, there's a better opening line. There really is. So let's take a clue from these two guys that I overheard. And what was so great about that, it was relevant to what was going on right there. So when you think of it for a second, the next event that you go to, the next place that you might be looking to network, and remember, networking happens anywhere that you are. What's the thing that you really want to know? What do you really want to share with someone? Uh, what's wrong with, hey, what brought you here tonight? Or, hey, how do you know? And then insert the name of the speaker or this other person over here. Or share how you're feeling. Something like that, something organic and in nature. And when you really think about it, now let me kind of zoom up to the big picture. What's most important? Do you genuinely care what someone does? Do you genuinely care that my label is real estate investor, that my label is speaker, that her label is travel agent, that he's the CEO? Is that what you're looking to know when you ask, what do you do? Probably not. You want to know, do you want to know this person better? Let's move back over to the dating area. If you think about that, we want to know, do I know, like, or trust them? Do I want to have a further relationship with them? So most of us, what I found is most of us would tend to agree that we want to we want to continue the relationship with people that we know, like, trust. They have a solutions, and even if we don't, like them, do they have a solution to a problem that we have? Okay, and so if you think about it and you switch roles with that, think twice next time you use the question, "What do you do?" Is there a better question that you'd like to ask? If you really check in with yourself, is there another question that you would prefer answered? What important project are you working on? There's another great connector that I know, and that's one of his favorites. Is Hey, what important project are you working on? I mean, maybe I can help. It's terrific. He marries. Hey, I might be able to help you, and asking the question, what are you working on? So it isn't completely invasive, like, hey, what are you working on? Hey, I might be able to open up a resource or something like that. And then there are others that that want to know really about that individual. How do they operate as a human being in the world? Hey, we'll get to what you do, but you might be that kind of person, is that you really care about how someone shows up in their business and their world professionally, and then you'll obviously find out what they do. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. And I want to share just something I observed with that, because it was amazingly cool to hear someone say something that's completely out of the box. And then, by the way, that worst opening line, I also heard, and this guy's an internet marketer, and he's hilarious, and he's a good networker and connector anyway. And he shared something with me, and I thought it was so funny. I said, "Hey man, how do you answer that question? What do you do?" And then he went off on like a rant of something really bizarre. I said, "That must totally throw them off. I mean, just weird them out." And he goes, "Yeah, and you know why? It's a total pattern interrupt. It interrupts that same old pattern that we do of, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a real estate agent. Oh, that's interesting. What a snoozer. I mean, get to it, guys. You know, experiment and ask the question that you really want to ask. There's really no wrong way of doing it. It's all a process of act, analyze, and adjust. Let me know your comments, and if you want to hear more like this, or and some more tips on how to connect right now, how to get noticed, get remembered, and build and cultivate likability. So, hey, they're remembering you. Then subscribe to this YouTube video.